Hello YouTube. Hello Night Lords and Nightfarers. Unseen Future here. Today I got a Duchess video just showing some of the boss fights with Duchess. And the question I kind of started asking myself, well, on a previous video I said Duchess was the best Nightfarer. And like I just kind of made it like, to be honest, I felt like there was no comparison. Because the only thing she lacks is weapon reach. Like, you know, her reach is a little short, so you got to be right up against the boss if you're using daggers. But after I played a little while, and like I actually found myself switching to Wylder on certain bosses because of his grappling attack, and I'm like, I said, so is Duchess really the best, or is she just my favorite? So that's kind of the question I'm putting out there. I don't know if she's really the best. I think she's one of the best. I think it's between her, Wylder, and Iron Eye. I think they all have their strengths, all have their weaknesses, of course. I guess I'll kind of go over them a little bit here. But I may do an individual video for each one of them because I think one of those three would be considered the best. So Wylder, you have nice range. You have the grappling hook, which really makes a lot of difference, and it makes you catch up. You know, like say you're fighting the hard mode gaping jaw boss, you know, he's always running across the screen back and forth. Well, that allows you to just catch right back up, where every other Nightfarer has to run him down, etc. And then on Duchess, you know, and his ultimate art is very good as well. So, you know, it has a lot of knockdown power. It can knock a couple bars off a downed teammate as well. And then on Duchess, like I said, her reach is on Wylder. I don't know what his. This is where I'm almost going to put Wylder as the best in a way, is because I can't think of a Wylder's weakness. You know, he's got range. He can catch up with. You know, he hits hard. He can catch up with bosses, etc. I just can't see a weakness. I think Wylder may be the best all around. And where Duchess has really her only weakness is her range. Everything else is, you know, great. Her ultimate art is good to get you out of a jam, and you can run over and get a teammate up. Even with 3 bars sometimes, you know, it lasts quite a bit of time, so you can actually get a teammate up with 3 bars, which is, you know, hard to do if it's just one person doing it. But her other art, her actual skill, I said art, her actual skill though, I really enjoy that, because you can actually put that skill on the end of your chain attack. So once you do the last attack of the chain, you get it, and then you can double clock it, and then that's double the damage is the way I look at it. But other than that, like I said, range is her only drawback. So that kind of, man, she's in a tight race with Wylder, if you ask me. I think she's my favorite character, but I'd almost go out on a limb and say Wylder is technically the best, because she also can be weak, you know, to an extent, like as far as her I don't know, physical damage negotiation, I guess you would say. And then Iron Eye would be the third one, which he's great on range. He can get out of danger just because he's so far away shooting his bow. But there are times where that bow just ain't enough, especially on the Dark Drift Night run. That was in the last video. That was the one that really gave us a hard time on the all Iron Eyes against Nightreign. But his ultimate art is great as well, and his marking skill is great. So I don't know. I guess I'll leave it up to the viewers. Like, everybody leave a comment and let me know who you think's the best Nightfarer. And it may not even be somebody I just mentioned. I'm just saying these are the 3 top Nightfarers for me. They all have, and like I said, the Iron Eye also has the weakness of, I guess, low physical damage negotiation, it seems like. So he can be 2-shot in a lot of cases. Duchess can be 2-shotted in a lot of cases. So I think her being my favorite kind of gave me some bias. on my other video where I said she was the best Nightfarer. I'm almost going to say that Wylder is actually the best Nightfarer. I'm telling you, I'm right on the cusp of saying that that's the case. But they all three of those are really great choices at any time, mostly. And Raiders is good as well. I feel like all the other ones, Guardian, Recluse, at least in multiplayer and team, when you're having a teammates, Executor and Revenant, they kind of all seem that, like, to me, they need some strong teammates because they're more of support, you know. And just earlier I lost a run where, and I don't know what's going on, but since they done the update, it seems like I'm having a lot of latency issues. I don't know if that's really a thing or I'm just running into the players that have some latency and it's causing some issues. But I don't know. I feel like I've rambled on long enough. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna actually upload a Wylder video, an Iron 9 video, and this is the Duchess video of like the runs. I mean, I've had really great runs with all of them, so I can't complain. And maybe we'll talk about the support, go through, and I may even throw Raider in there as well as maybe one of the best Nightfarers. Because I feel like all the bottom four, or, you know, like Guardian, Recluse, Revenant, and Executor are all considered support, you know. And to me, they got to have strong teammates to do well in boss fights. In just my opinion. But anyways, back at the ranch. I think that's it. I'm going to let you guys go, let you watch the rest of the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I guess we'll see you guys in the next one. GG's. And bye-bye.